So that book of Schockerisms came out, and a lot of people have been asking me, could you post more of them? Well, it's not really my book, so I can't. But I thought I'll maybe talk a little bit about technique, which I don't usually do because I feel, well, I don't know. I feel like if people want to know something, they should take a lesson from me because, free advice. Who wants free advice? But here's some free advice. The arches and the arms are very interesting, and they're a little different, I think, on a B foot or a C foot. Here's a B foot. I usually am a C foot person, but I do have a B foot. But I noticed with it that I think because of that added weight at the end of the flute, the way I have to balance it in my arms, and that's really everything about flute playing for me, is just maintaining the same distance from the tube. So I noticed that the arch is a little deeper. So if you think of your arm as a swan, you're going a little bit further down the swan neck, the way you're holding the flute. So here. So I like to play that one just as fast as I possibly can to see. It's kind of like steering into a skid. I suppose I could go slower and it'd be easier. But I think it's a good challenge to see if I can get through it without locking so much that my playing stops. So the arch there is kind of deeper. And then that helps me recognize what's going on here with the inside of my arms, and then ultimately the dance between my ribs and my shoulders is allowed more. Because if I push down, my shoulders and my ribs are, they're all dependent on my wrist rotation. So if I open it up a little bit, to also watch that I'm not squashing up through here. I don't want to push down with my nose. I don't want to pinch with my nose. I certainly don't want to push my tongue down or my jaw down or my collarbone down or anything down, really. So it's interesting thinking about, really not thinking about the fingers at all. I really don't think about my fingers at all. I think about getting them to be where they're supposed to be. I mean, if somebody's doing this, it's gonna, you can't play fast. And if they're squashing their thumb, or if this thumb is too flat on the thumb key, it's much harder to play. So you kind of have to get your hands to calm down so that your wrists have some turn. Now see, watch, I did not do this. That, because that's lethal. I mean, after a while, the playing just will totally die. And especially if you're playing on, the kind of flute I want to play on. I mean, you're going to be just so flat if you push down. So you never push down. You always stay the same. The flute is floating magically in front of you. if I try too much to control my tone with my neck or my tongue, you know, forget it, because I'm making my body smaller. You really don't want to make your body smaller to do anything, except I guess if you had to crawl through a tiny hole. But we don't have to do that every day, right? So I think that this is very interesting. It's what I'm thinking about this week.